Now we'll discuss this topic, the Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. Mahatma Gandhi found in salt a powerful symbol that could unite the nation. On 31st January 1930 CE, Gandhiji sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin stating 11 demands for all the Indians to unite them as one unit. The most stirring demand was to abolish the salt tax. He gave an ultimatum to them that if the demands were not fulfilled by the 11th of March, then the Congress would launch a civil disobedience campaign against them. Irwin was unwilling to negotiate. So Mahatma Gandhi started his famous Salt March accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers and marched over 240 miles from Sabarmati to Dundee for 24 days. On 6th April, he reached Dundee and ceremonially violated the law, manufacturing salt by boiling seawater, which began the civil disobedience movement. People were asked not only to refuse cooperation with the British, but also to break the colonial laws as well. Thousands of people broke the salt law, boycotted foreign cloth, liquor shops were picketed, peasants refused to pay revenue and chowkidari taxes, village officials resigned, and in many places forest people violated forest laws as well. A frightened British government responded with a brutal repression policy. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were beaten, and about 1 lakh people were arrested. So Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement and the Gandhi-Irwin Pact was formed or created on 31st March 1931 CE or Common Era. Gandhiji agreed to participate in the Round Table Conference in London and the government agreed to release the political prisoners as well. In December 1931, Gandhiji went to London for the conference, but the negotiations failed and he returned disappointed. So he relaunched the civil disobedience movement, which continued for over a year, but by 1934 CE or Common Era, it lost its momentum. Now we'll discuss this topic, how participants saw the movement. Different social groups participated in the civil disobedience movement. The rich peasant communities like the Patidars of Gujarat and the Jats of Uttar Pradesh found it impossible to pay the government's revenue demands. The poorer peasantry wanted the remittance of the unpaid rent to the landlord and joined a variety of social and communist radical movements. Indian merchants and industrialists, to organize business interests, formed the Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress in 1920 CE and the Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries FICCI in 1927 CE, led by prominent industrialists like Purushottam Das Thakur Das and G.D. Birla. The industrialists attacked the colonial control over the Indian economy and supported the civil disobedience movement. The industrial working classes did not participate in the civil disobedience movement in large numbers except in the Nagpur region of the state of Maharashtra. There were strikes by railway workers in 1930 CE and by dock workers in 1932. In 1930s, thousands of workers in Chota Nagpur tin mines wore Gandhi caps and participated in protest rallies and boycott campaigns. But the Congress was reluctant to include the workers' demands as part of its program of struggle, as they felt that this would alienate the industrialists and divide the anti-imperial forces. Women also participated in large numbers in the civil disobedience movement. However, for a long time, the Congress was reluctant to allow women to hold any position of authority within the organization and was keen only on their symbolic presence.